So with me and Jono going to Clash of the Castle in about a week as this is being recorded, we decided why not rank every pay-per-view that we watched.
Next, we have the next Royal Rumble. Cody going back-to-back in the Royal Rumble, but this time starting quite early this time.
Yeah, and after I forgot to mention the fan club. He returned in Survivor Series, but he was actually in both Royal Rumbles or Truth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's in both men's and women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
First man to get eliminated in both.
Yeah. That was funny, and yeah, great match. Cody winning again. First person to go back to back in the Royal Rumble.
Since the old greats of your Triple H's and your Stone Cold Steve Austins.
Yeah, smashed it. Started really early in the match, similar to Rhea Ripley the year before. Lasted the whole match.
We started with the brothers. Well, I knew that was coming with the build up. When Jimmy looked sad, I was like, Jimmy's either 1 or 2 here. Jimmy looked very sad when getting his number.
Yeah. As soon as you heard Jimmy's music hit, you knew Jay was coming out next.
No, it was Jay that came out first to get the crowd.
Jay coming out first. Yeah, got the crowd hype, and then you knew Jimmy was coming out. So that started the feud between them two. Well, continued to feud between them two, building up to WrestleMania.
The emotions on their face for that match, when Jimmy's music hit, the emotion on Jay's face, seeing his brother walk in, because they also had the opposing colored flowers.
Yeah.
Jimmy wearing red on SmackDown, and Jay wearing blue on Raw.
Blue on Raw. Yeah. Still confused about that, but yeah.
And the Women's Royal Rumble, you had the first crossover of TNA Women's Champion Jordan Grace.
Yep, who's got a title match in NXT this week.
Yep, on Battleground.
But yeah, she done well.
And Naomi returning in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And Bayley won it. She finally wins a match.
Yeah.
She went on a mad losing streak the year in 2023.
Yeah.
Finally wins the Royal Rumble with the help of Damage Control, even though she wasn't expecting them to be there in that match. The Kabuki Warriors were in it, and the Orders of Io Sky, they were the tag champs.
Yeah.
Kyrie had got the Spider-Man memed because he was hanging on.
Yeah. And really good match.
You had the AJ Styles, LA Knight.
Yeah, that was
Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, there was a Fatal 4-Way.
Where LA Knight and AJ Styles got in each other's way, which starts that feud.
Yeah, it was a good match. We all knew Roman would come out as champion from that match, but
you had the feud between Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, which I think was a brilliant match that ended quite interestingly, where Kevin Owens gets to knock him out with the brass knuckles.
Yeah,
and then loses by cheating. The ref saw him.
Yeah, so yeah.
Even though Logan was very concussed by the end of that by his interview afterwards. All in all, I think this was a good. I'm going to put this Royal Rumble in great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, really good.
Good.
Especially that last. We've not spoken about it. The last 15 minutes.
Yeah, with CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes, the final 3.
Yeah, and what a match between them 3. It was a match on its own. That could have been a match on its own, just those 3 in the ring.
And then you had a good 10 minutes of just CM Punk and Cody Rhodes being the last 2.
Yeah.
Where CM Punk looked like he was winning about 5 different times.
Yeah, because everyone going into this thought that Punk would win. Well, Punk or would win the Rumble, and then obviously when he got
Cody
injured,
would win the Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber.
We also predicted that going in, though, would be the
Yeah.
other way around, that he would be struggling and continue the
Yeah.
struggle story.
Yeah, obviously he won. And then controversially, he points at Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And then
says, no, I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I will defeat you, but not at WrestleMania. To the final boss, The Rock appears.
Yeah, that still confuses me. But
we start. They say that was all planned. I'm like, but complete BS that was planned.
Hashtag we want Cody.
Started after this with the whole movement. That builds up for a while. You had a lot of banging for, a lot of backlash. Seth says, "Oh, I want you to face me, Cody," and everyone was like, "No, absolutely no." And the character they got to try and break that up was Drew McIntyre. Said, "You have better things to do, Cody. Finish your story, mate. Come on, finish your story, pal."
Yeah. And eventually we get to the point that he does pick Roman. To a very annoyed.
To the point where they go and he teams up with Seth. And him and Seth have harsh words against The Rock and all of them at the press conference. They have harsh words, and they appear in the Elimination Chamber on the Grayson Waller effect. And then we're going to go to the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, where they both badmouth. At this point, we're getting Roman versus taking the Rock spotlight. The Rock's pissed off.
Yeah.
Roman calls Grayson Waller into his office to tell him to say something to Cody. And then it seems like the only thing he wanted was for Australia to acknowledge him, because nothing comes of that conversation other than saying, "Australia, acknowledge your tribal chief."
Yeah. Which they didn't.
This was an interesting match. This Elimination Chamber, it had Australia really loved Tiffany Stratton, the women's. Liv Morgan failed at her revenge tour.
Yeah.
To the anger of everyone when Becky Lynch won the Elimination Chamber. But as much as everyone was angry, the Liv fans online, because they're everywhere, as much as they were angry for WrestleMania, Becky Lynch was just as much as you're all going to be mad, Liv fans, at the time, Becky Lynch was the bigger name. Liv wasn't built up to that just yet.
Yeah. So, and then obviously you had the main event. Rhea Ripley in her hometown versus the monster of...
all right match. I think I like the men's Elimination Chamber more, because that had spots like Logan drawing Kevin Owens on the things. Kevin sucks. Kevin waiting at the door for Logan when it opened, and Logan trying to quickly close the door back again. The RKO on Logan out of nowhere, and then Logan coming back.
Yeah.
AJ Styles flying all the way to Australia just to screw over LA Knight.
It was a cracking match. But again, it was a good match with Rhea as well in her hometown against.
I never thought Nia was going to win that, but she did make it close sometimes.
Yeah. And it just built her character up to what we know now as our Queen of the Ring. But good event. I'm going to go good or great. Where do we think?
I'm going to go good. I don't think the matches were that memorable. I think it had one or two good moments.
Yeah. So
the tag match was mainly about Australia booing Dominic, with the Judgment Day versus New Catch Republic.
Indeed. So next, night 1 of WrestleMania XI, WrestleMania 40, whatever you want to call it.
The big one. We did a watch along
one.
for it.
It was. We did both nights as a watch along. Yeah, it was really good start to WrestleMania. Obviously, had the main event, which was fucking awesome, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Where Roman goes like, "You ain't counting.
Yeah.
You stop counting right now, boy."
The Rock goes, you mean? He said the Roman. Yeah. The Rock says you stop counting, or was fired, basically, to the ref. They're fighting all over the arena.
The crowd was a little bit.
Yeah, they're a bit quiet the first night, weren't they?
They were up for it the second night. The first night, probably due to how cold it was, according to Michael Cole, every time he kept mentioning how very cold it was every 2 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. But then you actually had.
We had at night 1. We had the very good Usos versus no. That was not the greatest match. The story was I didn't think it was a bad match. Everyone was saying it was a terrible match. I did not think it was a terrible match. I thought it could have been better.
Yeah, I think with the chemistry they had, you'd think they have in the ring. I was expecting it to be a lot better than it was.
Jay claims that they were told very last minute that their time for that match was very shit.
Which I'm not surprised. I'm not sure why they didn't give him the time for that match, because it was built up.
He says that's what hindered it, was they were told they were basically only having let's say a 6-minute match.
Yeah, which it was good, but I think they've got to revisit that match eventually again.
The squash match where Jade Cargill kills Damage Control.
Yeah. First.
Yeah, the ladder match, which split the tag titles, where Awesome Drew 1-1.
Yeah, and
A-Town Down Under won the other.
Yeah, it was a good match. Really good match. I enjoyed that.
Where everyone was cheering R-Truth, who won the match twice. He pinned Finn and brought down the titles.
Yeah, we love R-Truth.
You had the women's match where Becky with a fever.
Yeah.
Put on a good match with Rhea retaining.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Rhea retaining turned out to be not a good decision because you had to give up the title a few weeks later.
Yeah.
But then Becky won it in a Royal Rumble. And we also had the IC. The best night of the night was actually arguably Sami Zayn versus Gunther, which going into this, I was more in the Chad Gable camp, but he became the role kind of like the mentor, I'll coach you through this, Sami, Rocky style.
Yeah, it was an awesome match. He just wouldn't give up, would he? And no one expected.
And you have to believe in miracles.
Yeah.
Gunther got a little too distracted going after Sami's wife every chance he got. And you got the emotional kind of thing before that where he's like, keep my kid in the back. I don't want him to see this match. Sami not believing himself. Chad Gable saying, you never needed me, Sami. It was all you.
Yeah.
You had the hug between Kevin Owens and saying, you got this, Sami. Go out there.
That was a moment I thought, when I saw that, I thought, he's winning this.
Yeah, I think that's the moment a lot of people get is there a chance that they had Kevin Owens there for the hug?
Yeah. And
I think you have to put this either at the top of great or in Hall of Heat.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to put great. Hell of Heat.
Because I think just on the whole, the boat nights are just brilliant. Then we go into the better one, which was night 2. Had for the main event, it was the one of the greatest main events.
What do you want to talk about?
and it kind of was justified that I had to go. I was in work the next day with like on that same day, like 2 hours later with like 1 hour sleep, but on Red Bulls that entire day.
And it was worth it though, wasn't it?
It was worth it to see him finish the story.
Yep. So we'll talk about the rest of the card in a minute, which was awesome, by the way. No. Let's end with the main event, which was amazing.
Yeah. Let's start with the first match, which was Drew versus Seth in a finisher fest.
Yeah.
This was just me and you on WWE 2K spamming our finishers over and over again till one of us can't get up again.
Yeah. And eventually that was Seth, who we all predicted with having basically three main events when he was already injured. He doesn't get enough respect.
Becky said he didn't really have a foot the entire time.
He literally went into WrestleMania fucked.
Yeah, sure. Becky said
he
basically
main events.
Becky said in an interview afterwards on RT, the Irish TV show, late that for like the last couple of months, said basically didn't have a leg.
Yeah, but had a great match.
Drew made it quite obvious the fact that Michael Cole before that was saying Seth's here being held together by duct tape. He literally was.
Yeah, and then Drew finally getting that win.
He got that moment. He tweeted mid-match saying bored at work.
Yeah.
He celebrated in Punk's face like he said he would do.
Yeah, he's been a bit cocky, wasn't he?
And then he kind of just did the whole trust motion to CM Punk, and that was the last straw for Punk. Punk then whacked him under, took off his arm brace, and then just punched him in the face.
Yeah.
And then the Judgment Day music hits.
Yeah. And then
and Senior Money in the Bank.
I predicted this. I said that
Jay. This was your exact. You predicted night 2. You actually predicted most of this card 100%.
Yeah, I predicted. I said in my heart, I'm going to say that he drops the Intercontinental. Sammy wins the Continental, and I called this match as my other big call. Exactly what happened? Exactly what I said happened.
I'm pretty sure you actually got this night 100% correct in your prediction.
Yeah. So
you got one wrong because you went with your heart with a different person for the triple threat that we're going to go to.
Oh yeah.
You in your heart you wanted the Viper to win that one. It was your own.
Yeah. But So what a main event! He catches it. He comes in, catches in. South of Heaven. 1, 2, 3.
Celebrates with his family in the Judgment Day.
Yep. 5 minutes. 5 minutes Drew was champion for.
Exactly, yeah. And just Priest.
Oh, we didn't mention as well before.
Priest did what Priest did what Drew told him to do. Remember before when he threw, if you were smart, you would have waited till I beat Seth, then cashed in on me.
Yeah.
On a Raw a few weeks ago, and he did on WrestleMania.
Yeah. But respect to Seth as well. Before all of that kicked off, he said, "You deserve this," to Drew. Well done. You deserve this. Great match. And then it kicked off.
Then we have the triple threat.
He's already in an ambulance on the way to hospital to get checked out after the match, and then he looks at his phone and he said, "Oh, Drew's not champion anymore."
We'll actually move on to LA Knight versus AJ Styles in a non. People were disappointed because they wanted LA Knight in the title feud, and I'm like, this is a good match for him beating AJ Styles with cement him. I don't mind if it's a non-title feud here.
Yeah. So she started the back and forth between these two. He wins the first one at WrestleMania. Good match. Yeah, they both turned. I
Then we had
haven't
the
really got
women's
much.
one. Bailey beats Io Sky, which is surprising to me. The fact that none of the other members of Damage Control got involved at all.
Yeah, I was really
They
surprised.
came out for the entrance, then went in the back and had a cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised.
The biggest surprise for me in that match that it was a clean match.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
But the role model wins.
Yeah.
Won that. Then we have the triple threat, which is a very good triple threat. You had Logan coming on his prime car with I Show Speed in the prime bottle.
Yep.
You had Kevin Owens coming out in his own golf cart.
Yeah.
And then goes back to collect Randy.
Yeah. Starts a little friendship there for the RKO show later in the year.
And they both team up at the beginning for the first half of the match. It's just a 2v1 handicap match.
Yeah.
Till eventually it finally becomes a triple threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Randy turns on Kevin, they both turn on each other, they fight, and through shenanigans, Logan retains.
Yeah. But
still your champion.
Great match.
The forgetful match is the triple threat with the special guest referee, the 6-man tag match between Final Testaments and Street Profits.
Yeah.
Kind of a shit match.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only shit match possibly of the card.
That was the bathroom break match. You had one match where you go, I'm going toilet real quick, and that was it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you had the main event where it was actually a really good match before anyone got involved. The first 20 minutes is a 5-star match in itself between just Roman and Cody, where Roman was doing his finisher, Cody's finisher.
Yeah.
And said, see nobody. There was 2 matches in one. The first match, good normal match. Then it became the shenanigans match where Jimmy shows up.
Yeah, so we find a Bloodline. Obviously, we start
rules.
Bloodline rules from the night before. So anything goes. It's basically just anything goes. So anything went. I don't think it went the way the planned Bloodline rules to go.
What we were predicting.
Because if it's Bloodline rules for Cody, no, for Roman, it's Bloodline rules for Cody as well.
Yeah, that's what we were predicting before this. Is that no DQ works for both competitors.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
The Avengers show up.
So first comes out Solo Sikoa.
No, first was Jimmy. Jimmy comes out
first. Yeah, first Jimmy comes out first. Then Jay comes out, spears Jimmy off the stage.
Arguably better than their match.
Yep, that was probably better than the whole of their match the night before. And then Solo Sikoa comes out, and it's like everyone's thinking
they do the tag finisher that they did against Sammy.
Yeah,
Sammy and Kevin before that.
It looks identical. That he's about to use his finger on.
Well, he does. He punches him in the throat first. He kicks out of that. Then they do the spear finisher tag move that they did in the Bloodline Civil War and the match at Night of the Champions.
Yeah, and then whose music hits
and
again?
His name is John Cena.
Can you see him? John Cena turns up. He comes down and around.
Does an AA to Roman first, and then gets Solo. Then does it to Solo on a table.
Yeah, and then the final boss appears.
As we know, John Cena and The Rock have gone back and forth quite a lot of times. They have a stare down. The Rock takes out John Cena.
Bottoms. He does a rock bottom on John Cena.
He says, "Get out of my ring."
And then
Echo, John. The Shield music.
Oh my god!
And we're like, is John Moxley coming back? Did we agree with Tony Khan? No, it's It's Seth Rollins
Seth!
wearing the full shield.
He's not screwed enough from the last 3 matches. He's appeared again
to get Superman punched by Roman before he could hit The Rock with the chair.
Yep.
And then it looks like The Rock is free reigns. He's about to beat Cody Rhodes with the belt, tells Mama Rhodes to watch.
And
then we have the dong. The lights go out. Dong. Then the Undertaker is behind The Rock in full casual clothes.
Yeah.
The only odd thing about the Undertaker is that he's wearing his casual Friday outfit.
This is the one bit I don't think it's awesome. I don't think it was planned. I think it was meant, and apparently this was the case. It was meant to be Austin,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, but they couldn't agree a deal for it. He stepped in, the Undertaker, but great.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's in his Sunday. He's his Sunday casual clothes, casual Friday kind of vibe.
Yeah. Puts down,
and he takes out The Rock, and they both disappear from the ring completely.
Yeah, and then both of them are on the floor. It's like
Roman's the one that recovers. He picks up the chair.
Yeah, and then it's
looks at an injured Cody Rhodes, but he also looks at this point. Seth is trying to get up and has his back turned to Roman.
And this was the moment.
The Shield gear, the same outfit that he got betrayed by Seth all those years ago.
Yeah, and his mind thought that betrayal is more than my title. And he took that.
Which he even said when he feuded with Seth quite a few years ago, when he became the tribal chief first, says, "I can forgive a lot of things. I can never forgive you for betraying us, your brothers."
So he hit Seth instead with the chair,
which gave Cody time to recover.
Yep. And then Cody,
one crossroad, 2 crossroad, 3 crossroads.
3 crossroads, finished the story.
And he becomes a champion, and everyone that Roman beats gets in the ring to celebrate.
Yeah.
But Jey Uso and Kevin have to pick up Seth off the floor.
Yeah.
Because the man has, once again, been through 3 pretty much matches that are important in this match and got beaten up by a chair into his back.
Yeah. But everyone
goes on 5 finishers in the last 2 days.
Yeah. And then everyone from backstage goes into the ring. Sammy, Randy, everyone. Sammy and Randy have got him on his shoulder. Jey Uso's there. All of the baby faces, they're all so happy. They're celebrating. The camera points to Roman outside of the ring with Paul Heyman. He's distraught, and that's the last time you see Roman.
Exactly, he disappears.
Yeah.
So we're just going to put this into Hall of Heat.
Yeah. Top. Yeah.
I don't even think next WrestleMania, unless they do something spectacular, is topping that. I think this is going to be arguably one of the best WrestleManias ever.
Yeah. I think we know what the main event is next year already. We can I think we need to do that video soon where we predict WrestleMania 41. Because I think I got it.
We'll do that video at some point soon.
Yeah.
Then we have Backlash in France.
Best crowd ever.
The Leon crowd. Everyone thought Uncle Howdy might show up. He doesn't. And he's getting angry that we're questioning his timing.
Yeah, for this crowd alone and their reaction to Jey Uso. Yeah.
Oh no, their reaction to Randy freaking Orton. Yeah, they're the first crowd that ever sung Randy's entire song.
No, it started a theme where people were singing it, but what a crowd! Europe is just
It
built
became a
different.
street fight. It became a street fight between the RKO show and Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, which everyone was expecting Jacob to debut, but it was actually Tangaloa.
Tangaloa. Yeah.
Who ruined the match. That tag match was quite good. That had some great spots to it.
Yeah, I do want to. I've said it already. I want to see that tag team more. The RKO show. I feel they're so good together.
They worked quite well together. We had Jey Uso #1 contender because CM Punk threw Drew McIntyre out of the #1 contender spot.
Yeah.
Jey Uso yeeted with the crowd in the audience before going.
Yeah.
To the stage, but get screwed up by the Judgment Day members of Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
Who Damien is really not happy with. He told him that he wants to do this on his own. He does not want interference from the Judgment Day.
But they are the only reason Jay didn't win, because they got his foot to the rope.
Yeah. No interference by Jimmy. He had a title match and there was no interference by Jimmy.
Yeah, because he was dead at this point. Jimmy's still off the air. Taken out by Tama Tonga.
But
you had in this match, you had then Finn and JD beating up Jey Uso, which Damien stops. Different from the usual bad guy MO. He stops them beating him up.
And I think that's the first time you get the kind of hint of Priest versus
Finn Balor, because he kind of pushes Finn
but
away.
everyone thought, but we've known for a while that this match would eventually happen, probably since Money in the Bank last year when there was a bit of tension. But everyone thought it would be Damien, who is the heel, and Finn would be the babyface. But no.
But it's hinting the other way around kind of vibe.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that match when that happens. But
and you see the tensions too, like before that, after on Raw, where you look at it, where he's like, oh, it looks like I have to do all of your jobs again.
Yeah.
Like when he dealt with Rey Mysterio, he stared directly at Finn and JD, disappointing.
Yeah.
And then we had phenomenal, la 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 la.
Great match. I'm looking for. I can't wait. But
I also had the new tag champs where basically the Kabuki Warriors lost. It was a good match. I think they did good, the Kabuki Warriors, in a match where we all knew they would lose.
Yeah, it was predictable. We knew the titles on those two, and it's going to take something phenomenal to beat them two, I think.
We had Bayley retaining her run as well against Naomi. Naomi taking the pin to protect Tiffany Stratton, as me and you predicted.
Yeah, I think later in the year she'll win the title, but
and then we have, like we said, the phenomenal.
Yep, and it was a phenomenal match.
The crowd were electric from minute one of that match, and every time someone mentioned AJ Styles' name, they went in singing "Phenomenal." La la la.
Yeah, it was like, obviously he was the heel, but it was like they were both baby faces because they loved him so much. It was like they were both baby faces in that match.
And the crowd, the woe broke noise complaints in France.
Yep.
So for the crowd alone and the whole matches, this has to go with the Hall of Heat.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I think
I didn't expect the Backlash to be up there, and especially Backlash that beats this Backlash. I didn't think it could happen. But this one alone.
Yeah, I think...
and it shows international pay-per-views are just goated.
And we're going to one next year. Next week, sorry.
Next week, yes.
And the main... And what I'm going to call co-main event is going to be the same as that match, and I can't wait.
Obviously, in phenomenal.
Can Scotland beat France?
That's the bar
It's
now.
a
The
bigger-
bar has been set.
Yeah. So
Well, then we had the
we'll
King
do
and
a
Queen's
lot of
tournament.
reaction. King and
We
Queen of the Ring.
we just saw the triple threat between Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed. I did predict that Bronson Reed is there to take the pin to save the Sami Chad feud.
Yeah, definitely. That was always going to be the case.
And Chad has claimed that he could have won if Otis actually did what he wanted. He only took out Bronson and didn't take out Sami. And you had that beautiful suplex where Chad suplexes both Sami and Bronson.
Yeah. And then we're finally going to get the one-on-one again.
We get to see it. The agenda
in Scotland. What a hell of a card this is going to be.
I recorded my predictions like you wanted, Johnno. And I predicted saying it's kind of ironic. I've been pushing this agenda since WrestleMania, and the agenda is going to get finished right in front of me.
Yeah. It's going to. Yeah, that could be a co-main event.
Exactly. We're getting every tag match on every title match that you can name. Apart from
our predictions are looking really good from a few weeks ago. Let's be honest.
Our predicted video, we combined both of them. I think we predicted like pretty much the card together. But if we take some of yours with some of mine, I think we predicted it quite.
We didn't get our triple threats, but
no.
But it's looking tasty. But yeah, great event. Obviously, had the men's match for the King of the Ring.
Randy were ended controversially. Randy didn't lose. He lost, but didn't lose.
Yeah. So that's hinting at a future feud between Randy Orton.
Probably a Money in the Bank at this point because I don't think they're fitting it on the Clash card.
But yeah, that was a great match. And your new King of the Ring with a match at SummerSlam. And that was very late about the
he announced it the day before that this was going to have a title match implications. Yeah, which I feel like he should have done in the beginning of the tournament because we would have cared more.
Yeah, but who will he have that title match with at SummerSlam? That is the question.
Because there's three potential things that could happen. You have Damian Priest, you have Drew McIntyre, or you have whoever wins that briefcase. Which Johnno is now predicting the Ease in the Bank. But all I'm saying is you have three.
Can I put a prediction out here? I've got a prediction. I said this to you earlier.
Yep.
Jey Uso obviously said on Raw that he's putting his name down for Money in the Bank. I'm saying he's going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, cash in on that match with who I'm going to say is still Priest. So Priest he's going to cash in on the match with Priest, and
we already know Johnno's predicting CM Punk to show up and cost.
So he's going to cash in on the match with Priest and your ring general Gunther, make it a triple threat match, but because of interference from Jimmy Uso, it goes the other way. He's going to help him win Money in the Bank by distraction. He is going to win the title at SummerSlam, setting up a match at Berlin for the title against your ring general. Called it.
Makes sense. Yeah, we'll see if it comes true. But all in all, and the other match, the Queen's match, I think Lyra did a good showing. We knew she wasn't going to beat Nia Jax just yet.
Future star.
But they gave her a great entrance.
Yeah, for her to go straight into the main event scene and being the final Queen of the Ring just proves how far
And
they
instantly
think she
being
can
shoved
go.
into a damage control feud on her first time in Raw.
And I reckoned, I'd have a prediction in mind, she's going to win a title in the next year.
Yeah, like
she's
I
also
predicted
said
that
that
they see
she's
her as the next like Becky Lynch. They're kind of pushing her.
she's already said that after Jey Uso said it, she wants to go in Money in the Bank now as well. So maybe she wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that is a possibility. But this thing was quite. I'm gonna put it in great. I'm not gonna put it any higher.
Yeah, I was a lot happier with the crowd reaction to the women's matches. Definitely.
Yeah, they were better. The crowd was much better.
It was definitely the best one, I think, in Saudi.
Liv Morgan finally got a revenge tour.
Yeah.
To mention that one. I didn't expect it to happen that quick, but it was quite. It came out afterwards that Becky knew that she was only going to be the transition champion until the next PLE, which was this one, to give Liv a proper opponent to beat, rather than just if you win it in a battle royale, that's just luck.
Yeah. And then obviously
they wanted to start Liv's reign with an actual credibility win.
Yep. But remind me, what happened after that match?
Dominic has got himself a new girl.
Yeah.
But
Rhea's not very happy.
Block it every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He even tweeted out cock block.
Yeah. Bit of pass there with Finn Balor and
Liv, they used to be sisters. He obviously just doesn't want his brother to be dating his sister. You know, Alabama kind of bad.
But yeah, so obviously they kiss. Rhea is very, very angry, I can imagine. Apparently they're okay. They've spoken. He's given her time.
It's never good in a relationship when you say I'm giving my significant other space.
Yep. And then Raw kicks on, and yeah, it continues. But yeah, that's your PLEs anyway.
But my prediction is that that Clash will be up here because with the amount of title matches we're getting, I reckon it's going to be.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a good SummerSlam as well.
Exactly. I'm not sure how Money in the Bank's going to shape up because they're putting a lot of emphasis on Clash before Money in the Bank.
We're going to get a Yeet in the Bank. Is what we're going to get.
Pat McAfee's going to be yeeting.
Anyway, guys, that was us ranking the PLEs from the last 2 years. Let us know what you think. What you change from our tier list. We'll put this same tier list on our social media, and you guys can have a go. Send us what you do, and we'll tweet the best ones out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't remember to subscribe, hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you soon. Yeah.